What's up? It's Ask the Young One with CreateHigherVibrations.com. Today I wanted to answer a question reference going through a divorce with a narcissist and how to basically not to fall into the traps. Basically, how to be as low key as possible. And here's what people have to understand. When the devaluation phase started, your smear campaign started, everything against you started. And everything that was done and has been done is all been part of the agenda. It's all part of what they're doing. It's their master plan, their plot to win, their plot to discard you. But what they want to do is they got to get it how they want it, and then they'll discard you. They want you to fall into line by emotionally responding and by responding to all their shit. And this is for me, I fell into the trap all day. I'll say it all day. That was one of my biggest mistakes. But at the same time, I was unconscious as to what I was with. I had no idea a person could be the way that they were. But the thing is, coming from this person that's asking this question, is they have some awareness. So if you have the awareness and you really believe that you're dealing with this person, a narcissist, then you have to basically reverse engineer it. You don't respond. You don't give them emotionally what they want. They're going to project onto you all day long. They're going to blame you for everything. They're going to create shit and tell it to you. They're going to make up stories about you and try to get you to respond to that or react, more or less. Because there's a difference. You can respond to it, but you need to be very precise in how you do it. You need to be very, very precise in how you do it, because they're wanting a reaction that will validate the story and the narrative that they're creating. They want the reaction to validate the narrative they are creating. So if you're getting a divorce, they're trying to create a narrative that you're toxic, that you're a bad parent, that you're all these things. They're trying to create this narrative that you're not able-bodied enough to maintain a life on your own. Like, they're trying to create these narratives. So they're going to say and do, and they're going to stalk you, and then they're going to turn around and flip their stalking onto you as if it's something wrong with you. If you're going to the store, if you're using a phone, this has happened to someone I know recently, and there's always a narrative being created. And the thing is, with these people, once they start devaluing you, they're already starting to create the narrative. And this could have been going on for a long time before you actually realized it. So it's important that once you realize it and you realize what they're doing, you're dealing with absolutely complete strangers. Absolute strangers. You're not dealing with a person that you know in the least bit. And it's very important to understand this. And if you're stuck in a marriage where there's things at stake like kids, finances, whatever, it's important to not fall into their trap. And now there's another thing that can be done, and there's a benefit to this. If you can get the awareness to always be aware of what's happening. Because they're planning. They're always planning. It's all these people know how to do, is plan for their own self-mortarization. Is plan for them. They're done. Once they're doing this, they're done. And the thing is, you don't want to be on the other end of the stick. You really don't. I was on the other end of the stick. I lost everything. I know what it's like to go through that. I mean, almost 2 years that this was happening. And for 2 years, I was driving my head into the ground trying to figure out what it was, because I didn't realize at the time that I was married to a stranger. Stranger danger. We learned this in school, stranger danger. There's stranger, there's danger. And these people are absolute strangers to you. You do not know who they are. And so it's important, if you're dealing with one and you're aware of it and you're still having to deal with it, to know what you're dealing with and know when they're projecting onto you not to react to it. When they're blaming you not to react to it. When they're creating a crazy fucking narrative that doesn't even make sense. Know thyself and do not react to it. You have to be very precise in what you respond with. You know, something else that I've learned recently, not really recently, but throughout this, a client of mine has actually pointed out to me that her narcissist will actually send text in specific ways, send a text in a specific way, because he specifically wants her reaction. Because his text isn't who he is. His text is he knows it's going to be seen by other people, or it's to create his narrative so that his text looks good and the reaction would look bad. Like, this is how these people plot, man. They're always planning, always plotting. But, you know, it's highly important, because when you're aware of what they're doing and you're aware of what you're dealing with, and there's the cognitive dissonance is pretty well gone, and you know this person's a fucking narcissist and there ain't nothing good gonna come from it, you know to respond precisely to their shit. Very minimum, nothing. Give nothing. And it's hard. Like, I get it. It's hard and it's exhausting. It's hard and it's exhausting to do. But in the long run, this is the best way you're going to do to deal with them. Because one key to this, you start responding with nothing, giving them no emotions, none. No sex, no bedtime stories, no movie time, no nothing. No bring me the toilet paper because I'm out, like nothing. Give them nothing. And if you want it to flip, you give them nothing and the narcissism will come out. Then they will show who they are always, and then you document, you record, you document, you record, and you document. Because they cannot control the narcissism. This is the one thing that you have to understand about narcissists. They cannot control the narcissism. The narcissism controls them. Always, always, and it will. It will always come out of them. When they meet somebody that knows what they are, and they'll still be trying, they'll still keep trying, but that you'll get the narcissism to come out of them. And then that will show anyone with any kind of sense who you're dealing with. And I'm not saying you don't have sense. I'm saying the people that you might need to see, because we deal in a society where common sense is it's a rough one out there. Really, it is. Like our humanity, man. Us light workers are doing lots, as much as we can, to raise consciousness, but it's a slow but sure will that's turning. So I wanted to touch on this and talk about it, because usually when this happens, narcissists are 100 steps ahead of you. They're way ahead of you before you start to figure it out. But once you figure it out, you have to then start by not responding or reacting to their shit with emotions. You know, and I can say this, and this will probably be another video. You know, this is just the tip of the iceberg of why you're experiencing this. Okay, this isn't happening to you. This is happening for you. And when you go through this and you gain the emotional intelligence, the control of emotions after experiencing this, imagine how you will go through life after that, being able to control what you give yourself to. Imagine that. Imagine the strength. Imagine being able to see it. Now, you're going through this situation. Life has put you here because it's time to evolve. It's time to wake up to things. You're seeing that you didn't know this person, complete absolute stranger. As you're moving through it, you'll probably start realizing how much of the world that you knew it was a lie. You'll start to realize things don't add up no more. And that's a very important thing to understand. This is why these things are happening for us. This is happening for our greater good. I know this will be not taken in well by some people because they're just not there yet, and that's okay. That's okay. But in the meantime, to answer this question, if you can control how you respond and have awareness, have the awareness to when they're projecting, And when they're bringing their blame, all their garbage onto you, to have the awareness to not react to that emotionally, and you give them nothing, absolutely nothing. Wish them well and walk away. That will bring the narcissism out of them, hopefully not in a violent way, but it will hopefully bring it out in a way that it can be seen. And that's an extremely important thing when you have bigger things on the line. It's important to bring that out of them so they show who they are. So I hope this video helps. Watch it again. Just, if you know, affirmations. I'm aware. And you have to break the cognitive dissonance. The cognitive dissonance is a hard one because we don't want to believe that they are what they are. But we have to. There's a lot of shit in this world, trust me, that is not what we thought it was. Lots of things. Well beyond narcissism. So I hope this video helps. And if you have any questions, you can email me if you want one-on-one coaching. If you're going through this and you need the support, if you need someone to keep you on that ball, keep you rolling straight and narrow, or keep you from being that emotional punching bag for you, whatever you need so that you don't fall into it, you can email me, go to the website, whatever it takes. But I'll go for now. I hope you have a great weekend. Namaste.